Former senator, model, and Centerfold, Scott Brown, now wants to strip you of your rights and due process. Former Massachusetts Senator Scott Brown is now running for senator in New Hampshire, but he sounds like he's auditioning to become a prostitute for the military-industrial complex.
Right now, we have a situation with ISIS.
Scott Brown actually says he's worried about U.S. citizens working with foreign terrorists coming home, marching down Pennsylvania Avenue, and planting their flag at the White House. His common sense solution is to take away their citizenship, to keep them from returning to the U.S. Seriously, how stupid does Brown think New Hampshire voters are? Millions of people are coming at will through our open borders without permission. The feds are even telling us to expect terrorists to come across the border, and there's nothing that they can or will do about it. So why would a terrorist be stopped by not having permission to come in? Scott Brown voted for the NDAA's indefinite detention without trial, and he now says that it's common sense that anyone accused by the government of terrorism would have their rights as citizens stripped without trial. He offered 2 bills to do just that. Both were rejected. But just like Obama, Brown doesn't want the legislative process or the Constitution to get in the way of the militarized police state. Just use executive orders. Al-Qaeda and ISIS were created, trained, and equipped by the federal government. People like Obama and Brown want to make it as easy and as expedient as possible to punish, to imprison, to kill anyone they declare a terrorist. This is what tyrants have always done. The whole point of the Bill of Rights was to constrain government from taking away our due process. They want to be able to hold you without a conviction, without a trial. And if it sounds draconian to do that to citizens, then just revoke their citizenship first. Political prostitutes like Scott Brown use Islamic terrorists to sell fear to the American public so that they give up their rights and liberties and buy war machines from the military and police state industrial complex. Homeland Security has made it abundantly clear that it's more worried about domestic terrorists than foreign terrorists. And look at who they're defining as terrorists. Veterans, Tea Partiers, anti-Fed activists, Christians, homeschoolers. Americans are the enemy in their war games. They train to fight Americans and mock American cities. The Patriot Act, which Brown voted to reauthorize, has always had the goal to destroy due process, to come after dissidents and political opponents at home by labeling them as terrorists. Brown's demagoguery is just the latest example. If you're going to revoke the citizenship of people who are working with terrorists, then why not revoke the citizenship of the CIA or the military advisors who train and equip terrorist groups like ISIS, like Al-Qaeda? Why not revoke the citizenship of Senator McCain, who met with Islamic terrorists and who met with Nazi terrorists in Ukraine?
Meeting in the White House over 2 years ago, everyone in the national security team recommended arming ISIS.
You agree that we have recent experience where until we understood how the country would continue to govern and that institutions of governance wouldn't fail, that actually situations can be made worse by the introduction of military force?
Actually, General Dempsey, you and I went through this in 2006.
Maybe we could keep political whores like Scott Brown out of the Senate.
You've experienced and heard about the benefits of super male vitality. Now, the new formula has arrived. Introducing the new Super Female Vitality. I have specifically designed this formula to help the body naturally regulate itself without the use of artificial hormones. Key ingredients chosen from the highest quality sources. Secure your Super Female Vitality today from our limited stock at InfoWarsLife.com.